What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is another installment in the series, Who of whatever name character should you use? Like, if they were like a requirement that says any Sami Zayn. The focus of this video in boss battle or in a tour or in a feud or in etc, etc, which of these Samis is actually usable? Sami has a lot more good options than some of the videos we've done already, like Randy Orton, for example. Not good. They need a new one of him. But Sami has a couple to few different versions that actually work pretty well. So the way I've done this in the previous videos, I have like a guaranteed yes. If you have them, use this one. They're amazing. Kind of a conditional yes. Yeah, they'll work situationally, and then just flat no. Don't use them. And the flat no is only one in this case. It's this guy, the C-tier original acrobat, Underdog Sami. He's not useful, right? He has high move charge on pretty much everything, except for that, and he gains 5 blue MP. Oh, great. So what's his blue moves do? Heal gem of strength nothing, and finisher that deals damage and steals almost no health whatsoever. So, as you can see, not useful, not good across the board. Nothing really going for him there. Bonus damage for every heal gem. High charge. Very low. 6,000 bonus. Go up against a 6-star gold and do 6,000 bonus damage for your heal gems and watch him go, I broke my finger. Right? Like, that's all it is. So, not good. Can't use him. Don't use him. But if he's your only Sami, I apologize. That sucks. He's the don't use. This guy is a conditional use. He was actually very good when he came out. His coaching ability is phenomenal. So you need to take him to 26k no matter what, just to get the blast gems do 100% more damage. But as a fighter, he does have some usage. You have a leech gem set, which leech gems are not phenomenal. They're not phenomenal. And then you can make, let's see, every silence gem, 5 and a silent. There it is. Apparently I never set him up on the test account here. So it's this setup right here. You make leech gems into strength 79 or 7100. That's not really much. Then you make purple gems, which makes you turn your leech gems into yellow gems. So you can run this if you're smooth a couple times. What you do need is you need the plate. When you break yellow, you make purple gems. And you need to put a yellow and a purple trainer, but it is still pretty high charge. You can use the bloodsucker plate on him. It's not great, but it does start to flow better the more you do it. You do the 5 match and the 3 match with the choose purple gems. Let's see. Wait, no, I'm sorry. You don't use the make yellow get purple. You use the break purple get yellow plate. Thank you, because then you've got this reloaded. This goes into this one. It's been a little while, but yeah, that works out. You could use the bloodsucker. But if you use the bloodsucker, you can't use the smell what the rock is cooking, I think is the one it is, where it's break purple, get yellow. But you can keep flowing on that. He's not terrible. He's not terrible, but he is definitely closer to the do not use category than the absolute guaranteed win category. It is what it is. He's aged out a little bit. He was great when he came out. And ironically, we're just going to kind of keep going this way, except this is going to be a variable in a second. So this guy, if you have his gear, make him look like the NXT Uce right there versus the honorary Uce. He's good. Up to 6 silver, he is a monster. Just does phenomenal. But he's move damage based, and it's not that huge, right? It's under 1 million still. Even though you can increase your green MP by 10, and then you do, which one? Nope, not that one for sure. It's a blue move, or maybe it's green. Choose 10 gems to destroy. Oh yeah, submission, that's right. Submission. So this is the opposite of the way I would run it. in terms of this would be on top, this would be on the bottom, but it is what it is. So you set it up. It's a 6 MP move. You increase your green MP by 10, which is going to allow you to do the Koji clutch, which is going to leave multiply gems on the board. Those are okay. And then you're going to do this, which does move damage, but then does destroy 6 random blue gems. And these are blue gems, right? Remaining submission turn into multiply. No, not necessarily. So this plus a rumble plate maybe might help him, but ultimately 6-star bronze, 6-star silver. He is a world destroyer. 6-star gold, even with moments in gear, he did not scale up too well. So beyond that, you're kind of losing his ability, but he's still good. And situationally, if you have to use him and he's your best Sami, you do have this constant recycle where you're pretty much always going to be subbing them or hitting them with move damage. So life's good there too. So he's a maybe. I like him. This guy, I've been told that I am not running him ideally and optimally anymore, that there is a better way to run him. Let's see, 10 gems to make red, 1x2 into multiply, owner's tag counter, bonus damage for every red gem, decrease your juggernaut gems, and make all reds into black. I don't know, it's basically this setup with these, and then I'll figure out what the third one is. But either way, I did test it when 6-star gold came out, and I wasn't a big fan of it. It didn't do enough there. This, I think, actually is the right one, though, because it's yellow, 7 gems to destroy. So you're going to choose a 1x2 area into Juggernaut gems. If that were choose 2 gems, and you could buff him with Goldberg or Seth freaking Rollins, he'd be better. But you're going to make them into Juggernaut gems that make 1 random red gem into multiply gems of strength 19. With Howdy, you can increase this, so he will make a lot more, basically all the red gems on the board into multiply. And then you decrease your Juggernaut gems, trigger everything, and you break the red gems, plus at least a yellow that has a multi on it, or do what you can to get enough to recycle back to yellow. Yeah, and that's basically it. I'm going to run him at the end of this video real quick just to see if I am wrong. That now that Howdy is a thing, maybe, just maybe, he is better again. But right now, the damage I've done in the past, I'm putting him as a conditional. He does do some damage. It wasn't meta relevant last I checked. And yeah, that's all. That's all I got for him. So now we go into this Sami. This Sami is also ironically getting better. Like, for example, here you've got some bonus for traps and less damage for all colored gems. But when we ran him in the past, we just weren't seeing the damage from it. There's some multis, the top row into Snowfall that will modify all gems below it into multiply gems of strength 3, make 7 Snowfall black, which is going to trigger that, and then destroy 42 random multiply gems. If there were a way to turn them blue, let's see, damage for every Snowfall gem. You can make them red with this. You can do countdowns that will go into red. That also works. 40 random Snowfall that turn into red. He has some setups that work, but he just didn't hit the damage most of us were hoping when he came out. Maybe there's some tricks to him that have changed things, but overall, he's kind of been mid. He's just been very mid so far, and I think pretty much most people I talked to kind of gave up on him. Now, he's worlds better than, this guy at 6 gold, unfortunately, but these two in particular, worlds better than them. So if he's your only Sami, he's a good choice, but not the greatest choice. Because now we get to the very good Samis that really are some of the best characters in the absolute stinking game. I mean, just knock it out of the park phenomenal. If and when I get a green Piper plate, I would like to put it on him. Because this moveset right here, Let the bodies hit the floor. 7 MP red. Deal damage. Choose a 5x2 area to make into multiply gems of strength 15. Not a small number. Then deal damage. Increase your red MP by 6, so it almost reloads. Fire in the hole. 7 MP green move. Deal damage. Choose a 7x1 area to make into pyro gems, which will modify all gems above it into green. Hello. Piper plate, green Piper. And then the Brain Buster, deal damage, increase your green gem damage by more than that. It's 200%, I think, at gold. And I know what you're thinking. That means you don't have a way to break your gems. You're absolutely right, you don't. You have to rely on a lucky swipe, but I can tell you definitively, even without a green Piper plate, just this setup right here with a few tricks, one swipe that even only hits 2 of the the pyro gems and makes things green above it, has done hundreds of millions of damage, and that was before the green Piper. So if you have this setup period at all, you've got something special. If you've got his gear, that also gives you 100% more damage. If you've got the moment, that also increases your multiply gems by 5, and this is not a super rare moment. Plus, nope, gems don't do damage. I'm wrong. So it's just that. This hits insanely hard. Very good. I want a green Piper for Ilya, and then I want a green Piper for him. I freaking love Zombie Sami. He's amazing. However, my favorite Sami, the best Sami in the game, absolutely without question, is the Dudenator here. You run him with this setup right here, and you run double of the blue trainers. So if you've got Braun, you need Braun Brecker, and Lawler. We'll load this twice. You put Goldberg right here, so you're making 7 random gems and 2-turn juggernauts that will increase your gem damage, blue gem damage by 100% once you're at gold. So that's 700%. You run it twice. That's 1400% to blue gem damage. If you have a blue Royal Rumble plate, then it triggers everything twice, and you just do 400 million damage all day, every day, easy. This is my favorite Sami, although Zombie Sami is dang close. But unlike Randy Orton, where it was like, hey, if you don't have Zombie Randy Orton, you're going to struggle. You've got some good options with Sami. These two are absolute top tier characters, some of the best in the game, 2 of my absolute favorite characters in the game, and that says a lot because I really don't like Sami Zayn as a wrestler, and I know that's controversial. He's not my bag, baby. But you do have this guy who does some work. This guy will do work up to a point, and really you can stretch him. He's just going to take longer to win. This guy, light work. We'll say he does light work. This guy's garbage. So you've got some options on Sami. Now, let's take a look at this Sami and see if I'm wrong. See if I am absolutely wrong, because this Sami is becoming more available. Goldberg is not relevant on him. I was going to say he's coming more available. That doesn't actually matter. So this Sami is going to be a 6 MP yellow, deal damage, choose a 1x2 area to make into Juggernaut. We can't buff those. Make random red gems into multiply gems of strength 19. Deal damage, decrease all your Juggernaut gems by 3. All Juggernaut gems will trigger, so we're good there. We can't reload and recycle to that. 6 MP, deal damage, choose 7 gems to destroy. So if you use this to try and reload your Juggernaut gem move, because it's a match 3 get, so you can't use the plate that does that. Let's just see. Let's just see what I come up with here. So I know we need red and yellow. Unfortunately, that is not one trainer. It'd be nice if it were, but it's not. It's not. So we're going to have to find any of the... There's yellow. There we go. And then I just need any red. There's a bunch of them. Wrong Sting. Otherwise, that would have worked. Nope. Sting. There we go. All right, so yellow and red are ready, except in feud, we would need this. So the only thing we can really do is add Uncle Howdy Doody here. But then we can't add Seth freaking Rollins. So this is my challenge. I still don't think he's going to end up being good. I still don't think he is. But I hope I'm wrong. So now we're making 7 random red gems into multiply gems of strength 19. And then 4 random... Oh, I forgot that turns into cross break. That's what it is. Okay. Okay, so we're doing some better. What I would say is if you're going in a tour with him, I would sub Santa for the person that does more red gems on the initial starting board, as crazy as that is. So I'm going to run that real quick as well. I didn't mean to make this into a longer video, but I do want to see... I want to see if this Sami can be great again. Like, let's say you get 150% strap on him. Ironically, the star-crossed plate is the one we want. And then we're going to break all the gems. So let's put a blue... No, he's red. Let's put the red rumble plate on him, which I think is on... Never mind, it's right here. All right, I'm going for it. I mean, this is like, can we make him good with everything? So don't get me wrong. I totally understand this is a bunch of rare stuff, but I want to see if I can do it. I want to see if we can make that Sami the wonderful, amazing thing he was when the drip plate first came out, because he was the cause of the drip plate, if you remember, which is weird to think now, because you don't associate the drip plate with him in the slightest usually. Let's see what he does. Sami versus Zombie Sami. My I wish he was good versus my I love this zombie. I love him. Sami is facing himself. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the board. So that's actually really good. I don't care. Right there, I guess. Sure. Now we'll drop this down. That's going to make the red gems into multis. And then it makes cross break gems, which also makes multis with the star crossed. So that is good. And now we're going to break plenty of gems. Let's see. This will clear everything. That's going to get that. That's fine. That's fine. And I don't have a cross break gem at all right here, which sucks because this row is important. So let's get all the multi-gems off of it. And then let's just hit other cross-break gems just to make sure. All right, let's see what this hit is. And then the red rumble plate. 77 million. That is good. That is good. I will say that's a lot of things to make him just right in that lower class of really, really good. But I will say, if you've got all the things, he's great. He's in that good to great category. But you just got to have some things for him, including Howdy and a very rare plate. That being said, I would use him. Now, if you were in a tour match with him and you swap out Santa because you don't need him in tours, go to starting board. Let's see here. Increased chance of purple. I know Bray's the one. I just need to make sure. Yep. It's Bray. It's only 25%. But if we get Bray and Howdy together, I do love that that's a match right there. Bray and Howdy, the brothers reunited beyond the grave. I do love it. I want them to make a good version of the Fiend again, like a new version of the Fiend. Unfortunately, that would probably mean they'd have to use the barbecued version of the Fiend. I didn't like that. But I want to see the Fiend be top tier, like top tier in the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We actually didn't do anything extra on this one, so I wouldn't even say that was worth going for. All right, this gets those. This gets those. This gets those. Biscuit mode. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can do more than 77 million. I think we're gonna do less, but let's see it anyway. 2 rare plates. Very rare trainer, but barely, but it does break the 60 million mark. So That's it for this one. I would say there's some very good Samis in this game, so if you've got any of the ones that I mentioned, those are the Samis you should use. If you don't have them, but you've got some of those others, you at least have an idea of what they look like, how they work, and how it's going to go for you. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Like this video, like this series, and subscribe to Champions Chat, because we are going to continue to bring you hopefully helpful content that you can use to make your roster and your play better. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.